I was newly come out, and I came into contact with a whole bunch of people, some past presidents of this organisation, people like Adam Carr, and I think they were kind of really inspiring examples for young people because they were articulate, they were angry, and they weren't afraid to bring the fight to whoever they needed to bring the fight to kind of get results. And that kind of attitude and that kind of vision led to the formation of the AIDS Council.
Stories were coming back informally from San Francisco, New York and from London of strange illnesses and sicknesses that were happening. No one knew how wide it was going to be, no one knew how many it was going to be, but they knew that suddenly people were just disappearing. What we had more than anything else was word of mouth, that something bad was happening and we ought to get ready for it.
I was first involved with the Victorian AIDS Council at a meeting at the dental hospital in 1983, where the problems that had been happening in America, where a lot of gay men had been diagnosed with rare disease such as Kaposi sarcoma. People were concerned about what this was and why it was affecting gay men in particular, so I went to that meeting.
They had a panel on stage and talking about what is this thing that's killing gay men, and all of us just thought, well, shit, that's us. And back then no one knew there was a virus, so it might have been caused by sniffing amyl, it might have been caused by different types of sex, it might have been caused by multiple partners, and we just thought, well, we've all done all those things, so we're in this together from now on.
There was a real feeling of gloom and desperation and, oh my God, what are we going to do? And to her eternal credit, Alison Thorne grabbed the microphone from the audience and stood up and said, look, we've got to do something about this. We have to organise this, we have to organise that. We need to meet again in a month's time. We need to harness energy, we need to collect money, we need to, and she rallied the troops and basically turned the meeting around from, Jesus Christ, what are we in for, to, yes, we can do something about this.
It was extraordinarily dynamic. There were people coming from everywhere to be involved. It was a time where all of these gay men that I've been seeing for years around the various clubs and pubs suddenly all came together.
There was just this very intense connections between people, and it was like we'd gone from, some of us would march on the street and demand the right to be gay, others would say, you're being outrageous, you're giving us all a bad name. Suddenly people were dying, and suddenly the stakes got much bigger. And I think there was also this feeling of, you could go to a nightclub and be dancing and then be crying in the corner, and 10 minutes later talking with someone who was sick and trying to deal with how we're going to survive this.